Alright, hi guys. This is just a nursing school update. I've got my little note there stuck to my phone. What I need to talk about so I remember. But disclaimer, you right now are on top of a cat castle. Cat tower, whatever. So I'm hoping Yuna's back behind the camera. Hoping she doesn't jump on it. So if she does, you may see a change of scenery. So I tell you. But alright, I just finished my third week of classes in nursing school, second semester. And here she comes. She just hopped on to get off the dresser, so hopefully she's there. But anyways, third week of nursing school, second semester. This upcoming Monday will be the fourth week. But I have taken 2 exams in my medical terminology class and 1 in my pharmacology and my medical surgical class, med-surg. I got my grades back on 3 of those exams. I'll find out the pharm that I took this past Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. The med-surg, I didn't do too well on it. Medical surgical med-surg, I got a 62.5, which unfortunately is not passing for my school. You have to make a 76.5 in order to not do remediation, so I gotta do remediation. But I was also that past weekend studying for 2 other exams, so I'm trying to learn how to study with multiple exams, because last semester I only had 1 exam to study for. So kind of learning to juggle and figure stuff out. But and then my medical terminology, I got a 92 on the first exam, which was the second week of school. So I was pretty happy about that. And then pharmacology, I got an 88, which is a B with my school standards. So, and the 92 is also a B. But I'm very excited about that, my pharm. But when I studied, my nose is itching, I'm sorry guys. When I studied primarily on pharmacology and my medical terminology. I should have focused more on the med-surg. But this upcoming exam is upper GI, which is upper gastrointestinal. From the mouth to the jejunum, the top of the small intestine. So I'm hoping I do better on that, because that's, so far it's just been anatomy and physiology. If you paid attention to that class, then you're already doing pretty good. I had a skill check off yesterday for IV maintenance, and I didn't do well on that one either. But with my school, you get 2 chances to do a skill. Like, since I didn't pass it yesterday, and the reasoning behind it is, from what I had known, I was completely wrong, that on an IV there's like the saline lock that you hook into the IV, or there's the J tube, which is like hooks into the IV and tubes around, and you could inject stuff that way. From what I knew, you could use both, either one. You didn't have to use a specific one. I was wrong, and I practiced on the saline lock. I had never practiced with the J loop. So, and then when I got to skill check off, my instructor wanted me to do this, the J tube, and I didn't know. And then of course, once I didn't know that, everything in my mind just disappeared. I forgot to release the tourniquet. I forgot the angle, like, on all the skill check-offs we did last semester, which I think there was 3 or 4. I think there was like 4. And then the final one, I went in there positive. I knew what I was talking about. I knew what I was doing. And this one, I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. Until she's like, J-loop. And I was like, whoop, don't know that. Woo, gone. Forgot everything. So, and then the issues that I have, which I have plans on making a separate video. It's called My Mental Illness, to bring awareness to mental illnesses in America. So check out for that one. That should be up in the next couple days, or next week sometime. But with my issues, I started anxiety and getting dizzy and stuff like that. But my instructor was she's really cool with it. She's like, you need to learn this. So she gave me my remediation, and Monday I have one-on-one with the lab instructor. She's really cool. All my instructors are really awesome. We're really blessed to have good instructors at my school. But I have one-on-one with her. She's going to explain the J-tube, go over it with me. I'm going to get to practice a little bit, and then I'm going to do it again. But with remediation, you have to add an additional skill to it. And my additional skill is starting an IV bag. What's it called? Spiking a bag. That's the word. Which I already know how to do that. You prime it, prime the tubing, all that. I know how to do that. It's just a J-tube that I'm not 100% sure on. But, and during my skill eval, we had like the skill evaluation and then 2 simulations and then like questions on NCLEX, like practice for NCLEX. And NCLEX, if you don't know, is for, it's what you have to take to get your state. It's like states. Nursing, clinical, I don't know what it stands for. No idea what it stands for. But we had like NCLEX questions. That wasn't too bad. We got to do them as my little clinical group. We got to do them, which wasn't too bad. The simulation wasn't too bad either. The first one was on a live patient. We just like randomly chose out of our group, just one of my classmates to sit there, and we did the simulation. Put one of my classmates put a Foley in, not really, but put it in on a mannequin. Foley and IV, stuff like that, and she was voicing it, and we're taking her blood pressure and stuff like that. But ironically, I got volunteered to do the IV on the mannequin, which I actually did pretty well. Only thing I forgot on that was to take the tourniquet off. Everything else I did pretty well, so practicing makes perfect. And I've actually in my big giant book bundle that was like $1,500 last semester, it came with like a disc that like plays through all the skills. So I'm gonna watch that here in a little bit, and I have plans on watching it all weekend to try to reinforce the material to get it known, to make sure I know it. That way I can go in there Monday and rock it. And that's with skill check off. Okay, 2 other things on my little like list to remember, because my brain's just everywhere. Stress in nursing school. Okay, most people, well, I'm assuming, they tell you never to assume, but I'm assuming this one. Your first semester is your most stressful. They tell us first and third is the most stressful. First is fundamentals, you're learning everything, you're learning how to study, you're learning how to do this and that, and clinicals. So that's automatically stressful. And they tell us the third semester is stressful with mother-baby, which is maternity and infants and stuff like that. And then med-surg too. They say that's most stressful. For me, last semester obviously was stressful because I was trying to get into the groove of things, learn how to study, because studying in high school and previous in college is completely different than nursing school. You have so much material just thrown at you, and you got to know it. You know, whether you learn it for this exam, say first exam, I didn't do well. I can't just forget that and go on. Every single thing you learn all throughout nursing school builds upon itself. And if you're in nursing school, you completely understand that. What you learn in fundamentals, you're going to use in that NCLEX. You're going to use in the last semester of nursing school, you know. Everything builds, and it just... Fluid electrolytes was this past exam. Fluid electrolytes and burns. I'm all over the place in this video, but I've got so much, I'm trying to get it out to you. Excuse me. But, fluid electrolytes and burns were the primary focus of this exam. Certain things are easier than others for me, while others are hard, but every single person's different. Like my best friend in the world, he's better at fluid electrolytes than burns. I'm better at burns and fluid electrolytes, you know. Everyone has their strengths and everyone has their weaknesses, and that's what my instructor said. She told us this past week, she's like, everyone has their strengths. Some people may be great at mother and baby, and others be horrible at cardiac. You know, every single person's different, so that's why they throw so many different ways to learn it in my class. But stress this semester, second semester, has actually gotten me worse than the first one. I'm juggling 3 classes, and while the majority of my classmates are juggling 2, which you wouldn't think it'd be that bad. It's just an extra class. But my extra class is medical terminology. So you got to memorize these terms and what they mean and how to spell it. Spelling is not my strong point at all. I mean, I'm from Wayne County, and if y'all don't know what Wayne County is, but West Virginia. Just imagine Hick, and that's Wayne County. You know, so like I say things differently, and I spell things completely differently. And if I normally say different, differently, not different. And, you know, it's just different. It's harder for some people than others. So I've been trying to study that, and the workbook they have us do that, it's really, really helpful. Like, it really is. Like, but there's like 40 exercises for one chapter, which is fine. But they're so tedious. Oh my gosh. But they are helpful, but they're just so freaking tedious. Like, just over and over writing the word. Writing the word over again. Separating it into the root word, the prefix, the suffix, the combining vowel. You know, it's just, that takes a long time because it's so tedious. And then I got to try to study, and my school started an adaptive learning program, which I actually like. I don't know, I can't speak for my other classmates, but I actually like, because it's quizzing, because there's like adaptive learning, adaptive quizzing, and something else. I think it's exams maybe, but you get a set amount of questions, and you do it, and if you miss the question, they kind of reinforce that material, and then you get questions on that material you didn't know. So there's no way you can just BS the question, because it's going to keep coming back. So I like that. And that's actually what my remediation, you have to get to level 3, which, let me just tell you, if any of y'all are doing adaptive learning, I don't know how anyone's other schools are, no clue, but that stuff takes forever. Just to get to level 1, and I have to get through level 3, I have to complete level 3. Took me about an hour. Oh my gosh, it's not tedious, it's just long. And, well, yeah, I like it though. I'm more of a, give me questions, I learn it that way, than reading. Like, reading, I'm not going to retain any of it. None of it, I mean, I may give my teachers a heart attack if they see this. I don't read. I'll skim through, but I don't read it, because I'm not going to retain one teeny tiny ounce of it. It's wasting my time that I could be doing questions. I can be doing online adaptive learning, you know. It's just completely wasting my time. For me. Other people can read it and they memorize it, you know. Like, I have a classmate, she can sit there and read it and she knows it. I'm questions. But I also try not to push myself. I mean, everyone needs to push yourself a certain point. But I know with my anxiety and my depression and my issues, if I push myself, I'm going to crack. I'm happy with my C. If I'm passing, I'm fine with it. I would love an A. An A would be amazing. But I'm not going to go, I want an A, I need an A, I have to have an A. Because for me, that just sends me overboard, and I'm going to break down and cry, and it's going to be not a good situation. So, but what I heard last semester, I can't remember what instructor told me. Yes, I do. One of my instructors told me, and a C student can be just as good a nurse as an A student. No book can teach you how to care. No book can teach you how to hold a patient's hand and cry with them while they're passing away. No book, no program can teach you how to care. To generally care about a patient. And, I mean, of course I need to know my stuff. To pass that NCLEX and to be a nurse, you need to know your stuff. That's an obvious, it's a given, you know. But just because I get low grades, not low grades, they're passing, obviously, but, well, with med-surg, but they're passing, doesn't mean I don't know my stuff. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to be a good nurse. And that's why, another reason why, I mean, I push myself to an extent, but I'm not going to stress out and panic every single night studying and freaking out, because with my anxiety, it's not going to work. I will break down, have a panic attack, and who knows what else will end up happening. So, that's why I don't read the book. Sorry, my instructors, I'm not going to say your names on YouTube. Sorry, I don't read the book. But I do know my stuff. So, and my last thing was clinicals. Clinicals this semester is ironically easier. You would think it'd be harder, no, because there's more stuff we gotta do. My last semester, complications happened with my previous clinical instructor, and we had to go to different instructors because she was not available due to own personal reasons, and different reasons. Valid reasons, but for different reasons. And we kind of got shuffled around to different instructors, my group. And of course, that being said, we didn't get into a groove on clinicals. This semester, I'm with one instructor, with actually a different group completely, because every semester the groups get broken up and put into new ones. That way we get to know each other better and get to work with each other better, and different instructors and all that good stuff. But this semester, I'm actually on, I don't want to say this without, I'm on a heart floor. Like a floor that works with hearts. I don't think that's giving away too much. Cardiac floor. Because there's cardiac floors in every hospital. Okay. But I'm on that, and I've already learned so much. And I like my clinical instructor. She seems like she knows her stuff. And I've learned a lot. I mean, I've already learned, of course I don't know it all, but I've already learned some on the ECG, EKG, whatever you call it, on like the heart, whatever the cardiograms, echocardiograms, that's what they're called, like the P wave, the QRT, and the QRS and the T. Like, I already know some of that stuff, which is helpful because I'm gonna need that when I get to cardiac. I think it's next semester, third semester. I think it's cardiac then. Yeah, but I'm kind of ahead of the game a little bit, which it's always helpful. But also, I've learned a lot more. Like meds, I've learned a lot more. Like morphine, where it needs diluted. I think it's, yeah, dilaudid. I could be completely pronouncing that completely wrong. Remember, I'm from Wayne County. Kayexalate, which is for high potassium. You know, like, I've learned a lot, and I've kind of had fun in a weird way. And I like my clinical group. And also, another thing that I don't have my notes, this is really weird for me to say because I'm the type of girl, I know a lot of people. A lot of people know me, I know a lot of people. But I don't so much have friends as much as acquaintances. That makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. But I feel like in my nursing program, I actually have friends. I mean, of course, there's a few that probably don't like me. Opinions are like assholes, everyone has them, most of them stink. But I feel like I have friends. And that's really weird for me to say, but also I like it. I mean, I had friends obviously in high school. My senior year, I got really, really sick. I was out of the entire first semester. I was homebound and working at home. Couldn't go to school, you know. Rumors started, of course. It's high school. And when I graduated, I had probably 10% of the friends I had before. And then now that we're all grown up and going separate ways, I have one that I talk to all the time, that's from actual high school. And that's really, I mean, I have other friends, kinda, I guess, from high school. But I like it. I'm glad I have friends in nursing school. Those that I can turn on. Like, I'm gonna give two little shout outs because they are my best friends in the whole wide world. Chris and Rebecca. They are my best friends. They've got my back. They understand me. And that's not something a lot of people can say. Like, oh, I understand her. Because I'm not very understandable. My mom doesn't even understand me. The ways I do things and the reason I do things, most people don't understand. But they do. And I love them both to death. We'll leave it at that. But I hope y'all like this. I know it's just kind of a nursing update. And this channel is more, I mean, though I know it's TTC, it's called Mama and Little One. But it's also kind of nursing. And I may end up, once I get my apartment back into, I'm just looking around at all this stuff. Once I get it back into 100% condition, once I get the closet back, it's just empty. There's nothing in the closet because there's water stains up the side and drywall's gonna be complete. Once I get that and cleaned up and everything, I may do an apartment tour. It's not really fancy. I mean, it's an apartment. I can't paint. I can't do certain things, you know. And I've got drawings all over the place because I draw. I like to draw and I like to Pinterest. That's my stress relievers. But I may end up doing an apartment tour. Maybe. No promises. I don't know. But I hope y'all like this. I hope it made you smile. That's a little bit into my mindset a little bit. But I'm hoping to get, if I can do it, get the mental illness video up in the next couple of days, filmed and up, or maybe next week. I've been trying to get more videos up for you all, but now that I'm starting to get back into the groove of things with nursing school, it's got to be a little bit more possible. But yeah, so I hope you like this. Hope it made you smile. Remember, you're beautiful. Have a great day. Bye, guys.